Alright guys, so before this video starts, I'm giving my program away for free. The program I just ran, it's a tempo, strength, and plyometric accumulation block. So if you want to get into some plyos, improve your positional strength, and just build some general tissue quality, just all you gotta do is subscribe and send me a DM saying you did that, and I will send that program over to you right away, free of charge. Yeah, even if you just want to see what it's about, see what I do, see how I program, even if you just want to do my upper body stuff, even if you just want to do my lower body stuff, it's free. So if you like it, that's great. If you hate it, it doesn't even matter. There is zero risk. You just got to subscribe. Yeah, so without further ado, we're going to get into an upper body workout today. This is a new 4-week plan. So it's kind of week one, just like a trial week, see how everything works. But my goal for my upper body in this block is accentuated eccentrics, so just building tissue quality and strength. Kind of the same thing, but just the next progression. So accentuated eccentrics are just lifts where we're basically lowering more weight than we can actually lift back up. So if you're on a machine, you could think down with 1, up with 2. Or if you've ever seen like weight releasers, that's what that would be. And the goal there is just, again, increase strength and tissue remodeling. So tissue remodeling meaning like as I'm going down, my muscles are literally ripping apart because I'm lowering more weight than I can actually lift, and then I'm lifting it back up. So ripping that apart, building strength in positions, and literally remodeling the muscle and tendon. So without further ado, let's get into a movement prep block here. We've got a bear crawl, we've got a bridge position hold, we've got a K-pulley external rotation row. So I'll show you what all of those are, and then we're going to get on the bench and just experiment with those weight releasers. All right, fellas, we've done our warm-up and we've done our first set of these. So we're going to go on to set number 2 here, and we're either going to do 3 or 4 sets. We either got 2 or 3 more sets left, and then in between, I'm just doing some fast kind of barbell rotations back, like with the bar on my back. Really just trying to keep my core stuff interesting to me, and maybe add a little bit of explosion there. I think it's a good thing to move in that dynamic way. But without further ado, let's get a set in here, and then I'm going to kind of start breaking down what I thought about. Fucking dog. And then anyway, sorry, in between sets, I'm going to start breaking down kind of what I thought about my last plan, what I thought went really well, and what I thought didn't really go well, and what I didn't really accomplish that I wanted to. Let's get this set first. That's one. Let's be honest. Two. Feeling pretty light here. Famous last words. Woo. Not bad. Interesting. Kind of get almost like a cluster set in between there because you got to set the hooks up. But good first set. Second set. All right, fellas, we got some beautiful sun coming through, but that's not always the best for the camera lighting. Okay, so I'm just back squat position, and I'm just trying to rotate this bitch fast and turn around hard. So 16 that way, and then 16 like this. All right, guys, so we got a little bit of rest here in between sets. So I just want to use this time to talk about my last block and kind of how I thought it went. So I'm going to start with what I thought went really well, or what I thought I kind of got out of it. So I thought I accumulated some decent volume with extensive plyos and deep tier plyos. I also thought I gained a lot of good positional strength kind of on that second, third week. I felt quite strong, especially with the upper body. And then I think thirdly, I did a good job of gaining speed with my sled. So I went from like 2.3 on that first session to the gates, and then my last session with the gates, I got a 2.0, which is, I would say, a really good improvement, especially because acceleration is not necessarily my strong point. I'm usually a little bit better at that top end speed, using my elastic systems a little bit better. But I also think that tells me that I just got stronger in general from doing that strength work. Yeah, so let's hit another set here, and then I'll kind of go into the cons, or what I kind of thought went bad. And these are cons for me based on where I'm at with my health. I honestly think this would have been a great plan to set me up for this, like where I want to go if I didn't have this jumper's knee, or if my jumper's knee was just a little bit better and further along in its rehab process. But basically, I had just finished this mentorship program with Coach Tanner Care. I'll pop his tag up on the screen. So I just wanted to try some of the stuff we were doing. I wanted to build out a GPP accumulation, or like a GPP accumulation block. So that's kind of what I built. And I think like it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It could have definitely been better, just like how I laid it out. And that's partly the reason I'm giving it away for free, right? Like just like a trial for me. I'm just learning and trying to put things together. But I think it would have prepared me well, but it wasn't quite there for my knee. So I'll get into why and the next rest period here. Yeah, like this might not be quite enough weight for this. I should probably have done some kind of velocity measurement before I did this to kind of see where 90% lays based on the velocity, but we're learning. All right, 8 each way here. Whew, that is a fun core exercise. Probably wouldn't just jump right into that though. Like I just did a bunch, we've got a base here. I wouldn't just jump into fast, jerky movements like that in the core, especially with rotation, especially if you don't know how your low back's gonna respond. But anyways, what I was getting to in that last rest period there was kind of the cons, or the things that maybe didn't go well in that training plan just because of where my knee was at. So basically, I went with the tempo strength, and my goal, I just went too heavy basically. I went with tempo strength, and I just went too heavy, too early, And the kind of the goal of the tempo is to kind of, one of the goals is to decrease load, decrease neural fatigue, put more stress on the tissue. But I am strong, so like I was able to lower a lot of weight, and I had this like idea in my back of my head that like I need to get a quad burn if I'm gonna be actually stimulating that tendon and stimulating growth in that tendon and healing in that tendon. So I was trying to get too much range of motion, and I was just using too much load with those tempos. So I think that was the first problem. And then basically my tendon would just kind of like flare up and just never really get better. It didn't really get any worse in the block, but it didn't really get any better. Left knee quad actually feels pretty good. So that's good. But yeah, like that just never got better because of those things. And then I tried to add some eccentric loading, right? Like I tried to build up my ability to handle eccentric load with alternating kettlebell drop catches. So like getting some braking force through my knees in what I thought was like eccentric but not super high force and a little bit more extensive, but it was just too much, especially with my deep tier plyos. I was already doing that, probably would have been enough to just build capacity there. And then the other thing is like I should have had just more isometrics in there. Like maybe I had two tempo days and then just an isometric day. And I think I'm kind of going the other way now, where I'm going to have maybe probably 2 ISO days and maybe 1 tempo day, or just 3 ISO days for a couple weeks just to get things on the right trajectory, and then maybe throw in a slow tempo day. But yeah, those were kind of the main things. Too much load, too much range of motion in a part that kind of felt like that gave me pain. And then just trying to add too much eccentric speed too fast. Yeah, so anyways, I think if you're a healthy person, it would have been great. But those are the main issues. And then maybe sprinting also played a role in some of that. Not really getting there, so I think I'm also going to drop that down to once a week. So anyways, I'm just kind of taking that block, building on this one. I'm trying some things that I wanted to hopefully build up to with my lower body, but I didn't get to. So we're going to do it upper body first, just experiment. But I'm going to hit one more set here, and then I'll see you guys over on the lat pull down for some single arm raises, I guess, and some 2-arm pulls. But yeah, I think you guys get the gist here, so I'll see you over there. It's that lockout position too. It's one of those things that I kind of wish I did. If you kind of know who I am, I used to be a rock climber for a couple of years. Kind of wish I was doing these back then. I think it would have translated well in the off season at least. That's not right. What the fuck's happening? That is right. Alright. Okay. Let's do it here. I got control a little bit at the end. Whew. Okay, we're pairing that with a little GHD adductor. I don't even know what the hell you call it. It's GHD adductor thingamajig. All right, set number 3 here. Gonna maintain weight even though it's pretty heavy. We've gone this far with it. Let's just keep the train going here. Oh, God. Too heavy. That's... Come on, bitch. We'll have to lower that. All right, fellas, we're gonna call that lat pull down on the third set there, and we're just gonna finish up with an arm farm. So we got 3 sets of bis, tris, and delts. Just getting a massive pump here, taking everything to about that 8 to 12 rep range, and trying to get to failure basically on all of this stuff. So let's fucking get it. Let's get fucking swole. All right, fellas, that's all we got. Tricep exercise there. Had to switch it up at the end just to normal push down because I was just feeling pretty gross in the shoulder there, pretty grindy. Didn't feel good with that overhead one. But yeah, all in all, I like the session. It's probably gonna stay very similar for the next, again, 3 to 4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks in the deload. We'll just see. But just methods I wanted to try with my lower body that I'm just not really able to yet with my knee. So we'll experiment with them with the upper body and see where we kind of get with them. And then if we love it, throw it on the lower body when it's healthy. Good way to do it. But that's all we got. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And shoot me a DM on Instagram after you subscribed if you want the program that I just ran for free. 0 cost, no charge. See you later.